Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome, good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. I was originally considering using a picture of the giant hermit crab tank from Metal Slug. Metal Slug for the video game. But that was extremely painful to look at. And I know I've used pretty much epileptic seizure-inducing pictures before, but even I found that picture of the tank kind of painful to look at for more than 30 seconds. So, I'm going to be reading the Warhammer 40k Codex about the Orks. Wog. Orks are hulking, green-skinned aliens who love to fight. Tough, brutal, and savage. Orks gather in massive war bands that hurl themselves in battle against everything in their path. Mob after mob of thuggish infantry stormed forward, wielding saw-toothed choppas and loud, inaccurate guns. Ramshackle speedsters, galloping squig riders, and brutish scrap-iron battle tanks hurl into the fight, while armored war effigies like walking fortresses lumber behind. Leading these anarchic hordes to war are the biggest, meanest, and most cunning orcs of the lot. For in green-skinned society, might makes right. From the scarred-up combat specialist of the Goth clan to the speed-crazed racers of the Evil Soons clan, the Scavenging Death Skulls clan, and many others. These invading orc hordes are united by the power of the Wog. Oh wait, I'm mispronouncing that. WOG! Yes, I can't be that loud. I'd upset the neighbors. Which obliterates the enemy in crackling, green blasts of devastation, and whips the orcs into a savage frenzy against which no foe can stand. And people may feel pinkie pies. Ow, I hurt myself. I actually hit myself with the book. It's like moving back and forth with myself with the hand at the corner of the book. You know, the pointy part where it opens. Ow. Yeah, people would say, "Oh, pinkie pie doesn't." Like I said, initially I was like picture the tank. It's given the theme of the story that we're reading. I won't be reading the whole book because that would probably take an entire day. Maybe if I do it over in multiple parts, who knows? But the idea being is this: the orcs will paint a vehicle red because red vehicles go faster. The idea is almost like a demiurge concept, that you believe in something strong enough. There are some mythologies that even work on the same concept, that it becomes real. There's even the idea that some fictional beings, like say the Greek pantheon, gain power from more people being interested in them and caring. The idea that if enough people think strongly enough about something, that's how it works. And to some degree it does work that way with the orcs. Because, well, the orcs have some form of magic even if they don't really understand it. To the point that it's influenced by their belief. So they believe a vehicle that is red moves faster, then all they need to do is paint it red and they'll move faster. So honestly, I feel this would actually be right at home. Now, at the end of the day, you either, one, don't care about Warhammer at all, or you're like, that's either that's dumb or it's funny. Yeah. Or both. But I just find it funny. And dumb. But it's funny. But I don't know, I'm just sort of spacing out, staring at a Pinkie Pie's eyes. But it kind of works that way in real life to a degree. If enough people believe the world is a certain way, then it'll become popular opinion, and it won't actually physically change reality, but it'll change the way people behave. So, I don't know. I guess we're discussing how psychosis exists at a mass hysteria scale to where a large group of a population can believe some sort of paranoid, just outlandish thing, which you may think that sounds crazy, but honestly, there's a lot of things out there where it's just like, it's like I feel very discouraged thinking about the future with the way people are. But hey, doesn't really matter. I'm already a person who feels discouraged to begin with, so I guess no change. Ha ha ha. Okay, read the book. I was just saying what Pinkie Pie is actually. Then again, every picture I use has some sort of reason why I use it in regard to. It's been true of every picture I've used. Initially, the thing about the metal slug thing was because it's, the giant hermit crabs using a tank, which one, it just looks cool, and two, well, to be really honest, the Tyranids was the idea of, like, what if the orcs had captured a Tyranid and put it into a tank and used it? Like, I feel like that's something they could do. But it was just too painful to look at that gift. It's like, my eyes. So, we're all gonna just get an eye workout, but something cool. Pinkie Pie. Inside you will find the nature of the orcs, their tribes, clans, and their bizarre warlike ecosystem. A showcase of superbly painted citadel miniatures that demonstrates the range of color schemes and glyphs employed by the Orks clans. A vast range of data sheets providing tabletop rules for units in the Orks army. Army-wide rules content that allows you to take your collection of Orc citadel miniatures and marshal them into a brutal and cunning warband, ready to stomp the galaxy flat. Orcs. The ground shakes beneath their iron-shod boots. The air quivers with their bellowing and raucous glee. The skies darken with the clouds of dust and choking black smoke, thrown up by the passage of their endless numbers and ramshackle war engines. Unnatural green energies leap and crackle. Gestalt alien warlust and savage excitement made manifest. Then they are charging an unstoppable avalanche of muscle, fangs, roaring saw blades, and thundering guns. As they surge forwards, their war cry rings out like thunder. Wag. I could read the table of contents, but I feel that would probably be a little bit painful to listen to. There are 127 pages in this book. Well, no, the reference goes to 135, so basically just say 140. So I'll go back through and read the table of contents if anybody wants to hear that. Introduction. Alright, you gits. Stop mucking about and listen up. We all know books are normally only useful for bashing your enemies over the head with. But this is Codex Orks, and that means it's the best book you're ever gonna get your grubby green claws on. With the know what's you'll find on the following pages, you'll be able to get a proper bug going and get busy stomping your enemies flat. The Orks are probably the most brutal, aggressive, and often hilariously entertaining army to collect in the entire Warhammer 40,000 game. Rarely these belligerent green-skinned aliens be accused of subtlety. An Ork army wins its victories through the expedience of overwhelming numbers, phenomenal resilience, and relentless brute force. However, marshalling these anarchic, not sure if I'm actually pronouncing that right, savages into a coherent fighting force. It's like chimera or chimera. You go chi, or it's like people say chimera, chimera, chimera. I think it's just chimera, but somebody go chimera, chimera, chimera. Just trying to think of lists of words that are normally pronounced either oddly or with odd accents. And there's like 40 different accents in just America, and like 7 in England, and I don't know how many accents. I think there's just, how many accents are in Australia? Or because I'm mainly just considering countries that consider English their dominant language and usually don't know a second language. Though many countries out there are bilingual and they speak their native tongue as well as English. So it's interesting, just the way different people talk. It's like different art styles. I just think it's cool. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Where was I? Savages into a coherent fighting force, and keeping them pointed the right way, long enough to demolish your opponent's army. It's a tactical challenge in its own right. If you were looking for a fun, varied force with a heavy dash of gallows humor and an aggressive, if unpredictable playing style, then the Orks are likely the army for you. And what an army they are! Not only is the typical Ork collection numerous and varied, but the sheer amount of different characters, units, and strategic playstyles available means that in truth there really isn't any such thing as a typical Ork collection. Perhaps you will gather a horizon-darkening infantry horde, hundreds of models strong, bearing your enemy in belligerent alien brutes. Maybe you'll load up on high-speed buggies, bikes, and hurtling combat aircraft. Then overrun your foe with your very own cultist speed. Other Ork collectors may be drawn to smoke-belching masses of armored walkers rumbling blitz brigades of scrap metal tanks, ground-shaking stampedes of squig-riding beast snaggas, or insane assemblages of unpredictable megaguns. Of course, there's also nothing stopping you from throwing a bit of everything into the mix. Indeed, it's pretty much encouraged. On top of all this madcap variety, Ork armies are also a riot of bold colors that are immensely enjoyable to paint. Whichever Ork clans you choose to collect confer strategic specialisms and fun bonuses to your tabletop army, but they also inform the color schemes you'll paint your models in, the striking black and white of the Goths, the blazing red and oranges of the evil suns, the garish yellow of the bad moons, the lucky blue of the death skulls. The list goes on, coupled with the bold glyphs, dags, and flame patterns common to most orc armies. These color schemes look striking and vibrant on the tabletop. On the following pages, you will find the brutal history and nature of the orcs, an inspirational array of green skin, photography, and art, and all the rules you need to gather your own mighty warband, and, as the orcs say, get stuck in. The orcs are the most relentlessly warlike alien race in the galaxy. They are also one of the most numerous and widespread. Humanity has encountered the green-skin menace, from the far reaches of the Ulis sector to the shadowy Ghoul stars, and the depths of the Segmentum obscurus to the eastern fringe. Always hostile, always utterly anarchic. The orcs are an omnipresent threat to every race they encounter. Orcs attack with little thought for self-preservation or elaborate strategy. Such concepts are hazy to them at best, and usually shoved aside in favor of the simple joy of storming headlong into battle. This is not to say the orcs are nothing but base savages, however. A quirk of the green skin's genetic makeup affords some amongst them the instinctive knowledge to build terrifying and deadly weapons of war, perform crude bionic surgery upon their wounded, project devastating psychic assaults against the foe, and lead immense war bands into the stars to crash and conquer. This, then, is the peril of the orcs, unrelenting, innumerable, and bent upon endless battles. Only their anarchic nature holds them back from complete galactic conquest. I'll read the table of contents real quick. The introduction on page 3. Orcs. Might makes right, the power of the Wog, to old ways. Orc knows what's. Tribes, clans, and war bands. Gagskul Thraka. The Goth clan, the Boss. Sagstruks, the Evil Soons clan, the Bad Moons clan, the Blood Axe clan, the Boss Snickrot, the Deaf Skulls clan, Mad Dog Rotsnicks, the Snakebite clan, Mazrog Scragbad, the Zodgrod, the Wartsgriga, Fritz Boots Ritz, Captain Badrook, Snakebites, Deaf Skulls, Blood Axes, Freebooters, Specialist Mobs, Custom Jobs, Stratagems, Army Rules, Warland Traits, Power of the Wog, Discipline. Why does this feel so boring to read? To me, even. Like, I at least kept interested just reading the table of contents like this. It's just... Where even was I? Discipline. Beast Head Discipline. Relics, matched play rules, chapter approved rules, crusade rules, might makes right, agendas, requisitions, battle, trades, scrap, crusade relics, crusade army, data sheets, Thraka, mockery, big mech with custom force field, big mech with shock, attack gun, war boss and mega armor, weird boy, big mech and mega armor, Boss Snickra, Boss Snickstrip, Deaf Killer, War Trike, Captain Badrook, Zodgrod, or Beast Boss, Beast Boss on Squigosar, Pain Boss, Warboy. I feel tempted to read that as Verboy, like I'm trying to learn German. Gretchen Boys, Beast, Snaga Boys, Knob with Wog, Batter, Pain Boy, Mad Dog, Grotsnick, Runethard. Oh my god, my Burner Boys, Mech, Tankabustas, Commandos, Detachment Abilities, Orc Clans, Goths, Bad Moves, Evil Soons, Combat Trolls, Knobs, Shock Jumps, Grog Stas, Boom Daka, Snaz Wagons, War Bikers, Custom, Boosta Blastas, Knob On, Smash a Squig, Ruka Trook, Rucka Truck, Swig Buggies, Mega Tricks, Scrap Jets, Storm Boys, Squiz Boys, Def Coptas, Mech Guns. I'm gonna fall asleep reading this. Battle Wagon, Bone Breaker, Gun Wagon, Killa Clans, Killua from Hunter x Hunter, Ludas, Death Dreads, Kill Rig, Flash Gets. Flash Gets? Okay. Hunter Rig, Truck, Burna Bomber, Daka Jet, Blitz Bomber, Vaz Bomb, Blasted Jet, Morkanaut, Gorkanaut, Stampa, Mechbeck Boy, Workshop, Big Ed, Boss Bunka, War Gear, Weapon Profiles, Points Values, War Reference, Glossary Reference. Okay, God. That's so tough.